Hi there, welcome to What's Happening in Brazil. Let's take a look in the recent news from the country.
The number of deaths due to conflicts in rural areas increased more than 1,000% last year when compared to 2020. The data are part of the report released by the Pastoral Land Commission. The legal Amazon was the place of most of the acts of violence. More than half of the conflicts took place in that biome. Of the total of 109 lost lives, 101 were indigenous individuals from the Yanomami people, Roraima State. Socioeconomic issues provoked by illegal mining are the direct or indirect causes of these deaths. As the Commission shows, illegal miners block the community's access to fishing, hunting, collecting, and health care, which worsens diseases and causes deaths through lack of care. The report points out that the expansion of mining is occurring with the state's omission and connivance. A couple of days before the report's release, Cacique Juma Chipaya, from the Chipaya people, Pará State, posted a video on social media platforms denouncing the invasion of her people's land by miners. Unpublished audios reveal that the Superior Military Court knew about torture practiced during Brazil's military dictatorship from 1964 to 1985. The audio files are records of some of the court's sessions and present reports on the corporal and psychological punishments applied by the then torturer, including against pregnant women. The audios show court members joking about the tortured people. In all, there were recorded 10,000 hours of audio recordings containing statements. The audio files are under the analysis of a historian from Rio de Janeiro. Journalist Miriam Leitão released part of the audios. She was a victim of torture during the dictatorship. Miriam was pregnant when she was left in a dark room with a snake. At the beginning of April this year, Federal Deputy Eduardo Bolsonaro, one of the president's sons, went to social media platforms to doubt Miriam's report on torture and mocked her. Eduardo said he feels sorry for the snake. His declaration motivated the audio's release.
In Fortaleza, Ceará's capital city, the street population increased more than 50% in the last 8 years. The growth was even stronger during the pandemic. The housing deficit in the city has also forced families to occupy idle real estate.
It is not necessary to walk many blocks to see the tough reality that devastates Ceará's capital city. Whole families that, without a house, have in the streets the only alternative of a place to call home. According to the municipal street population census carried out in February this year, 2,653 people live on the streets of the city of Fortaleza. This number represents a rise of more than 53% when compared to the previous survey carried out in 2014.
We talk about homelessness, but the problems and issues of people living in the streets don't begin with homelessness. Before losing the houses, before going to live in the streets, research showed that there is a previous poverty condition.
Organizar, ocupar e resistir.
Organize, occupy, and resist. This motto has been guiding many of the acts seeking for solutions to the homelessness issue. It has been about 8 months since the neighborhood, villages, and favelas movement has been occupying an old Palace of Justice decommissioned 7 years ago.
Many of the families living here now had just 350 reais provided by the Emergency Aid Federal Program and had no conditions for affording rent. In my case, I received only 250 reais monthly. So we are here together. We will resist.
Nós temos instrumentos jurídicos.
We have legal instruments to make this real estate be directed to popular housing, especially in more central areas of the city, such as downtown Fortaleza, because it facilitates access to public services. It already has an urban infrastructure at people's disposal, and mainly it becomes easier access to workplaces, social rights, education, and health care.
About 100 families from Fortaleza's poor neighborhoods are part of the occupation, which became home for many people that had to choose between spending their money on food or rent. The place became a political space that assembles most of Ceará's housing movements. After 8 months of struggle, the concession on the building was not allowed, but the families got a total of 40 social rents.
These rents will be neatly run by the social movements seeking to keep these families living in downtown Fortaleza. So, although the non-concession on the building, they continue in downtown Fortaleza claiming housing in these areas, where there is an already consolidated urban infrastructure.
A musical and dance genre that was born in the city of São Paulo in the 50s by mixing cultural elements from Brazil and United States. In today's Culture Talk, you are gonna know Samba Rock.
In the funk parties, it has emerged Samba Rock dances, a characteristic practice in the city of São Paulo.
Tinha algumas divisões assim de ritmo.
There were some rhythm divisions heavily inspired by the USA culture. Samba Rock was among them because it includes samba and is part of the best moment of the party. Why? Because that was the moment in which people danced for two.
At the end of the 50s, excluded from the cultural circuit, the black population of the city of São Paulo got up a mix among urban samba and bossa nova with rock and USA jazz. Historically, Tim Maia is a reference to Samba Rock.
Ela é a liberdade.
Jorge Benjor revolutionized its scene with an approach full of swing, playing with the guitar. Sir Jorge projected it with his powerful voice. Other well-known artists ventured into the genre, such as Caetano Veloso, Bebeto, and Roberto Carlos. From the 2000s on, a new identity to the movement begins, with bands such as Sandália de Prata and the emblematic Clube do Balanço emerging. Sandra's appreciation for Samba Rock was born precisely in that period.
Samba Rock,
Samba Rock involves you as none other rhythm does, and it is quite democratic, which is great to experience.
Just as in the past, those who currently organize and promote Samba Rock in the city of São Paulo continue to be the black population mainly.
Nossos amigos que são DJs.
Our friends who are DJs are most of them black. The party producers are also black, but the culture itself is driven by all people.
Now you're gonna learn a salad recipe that's worth a complete meal, perfect for hot days.
A receita de hoje é uma salada.
Today's recipe is a salad that is worth a complete meal and is perfect for hot days. Do you know that you can consume mango with its peel? It is tart, has a good texture, and speaking of mangoes like this one here, with a non-stringy pulp, the peel keeps the little mango cubes intact and firmer, so it doesn't undo in the middle of the salad. And that's what we want. To prepare this salad, and whenever you want the beans to keep their shape, you aren't going to cook the beans in the pressure cooker. On the previous day, you're gonna soak the beans in water to hydrate them. They will be cooked in an ordinary pan, and you'll pay attention to turning off the stove when they finish cooking. Cook the beans in abundant water with 1 bay leaf. The beans al dente. Let them cool off and drain them to use in the salad. To use cold beans to make a salad, that's the trick. I let them cool off in the water where they were cooked in. Therefore, they are gonna be hydrated and keep their color. In a bowl, put put the drained beans, mango cubes, red onion, cilantro stems, pepper and salt. Season them with lime. The olive oil is the last thing you add to the salad. Place the salad on a platter and finish it with mint leaves, cilantro, watercress or arugula.
Marcela Brandão is a singer, songwriter and violinist born in São Paulo. Her songs mix more traditional Brazilian music with pop elements and some experimental sounds. The song we are going to listen to is called Sobre Maria and talks about the strength and struggles of Brazilian women.
Maria é menina de peito, de punho, de sarro, de bunda que aponta pra lua. Maria acredita que hoje faz sol, mas que amanhã vem um tempo de chuva. Maria sorria de noite, de dia, um riso que até dos olhos escorria.
Did you like the show? So hit the like button and share with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to receive notifications. We'll see you next week.
Sabe do céu, dos búzios da terra, cantando afro samba, tá perto de Deus. Que fala de amores como quem sofreu.